Hi everybody, Megan Caffrey here in the Big East Studios in New York City, and I'm bringing with you the latest scoop around the league in Big East Olympic sports. Now let's start with men's soccer, who opened up conference play this past weekend, and it is St. John's who is at the top of league standings with the lone win from the weekend. The other 4 league matches ending in draws, with the new rule this season of the elimination of overtime in regular season matches. Let's go back to St. John's, who opened up league play against the defending Big East champions in Georgetown on Friday night on FS1, and it was really all St. John's right from the jump. Nigel Griffith scored the first goal of the match in just the second minute of play. St. John's did win this one 3-1, marking the 5th straight year that St. John's has won their Big East opener. Moving on to volleyball, where Marquette went 3-0 last week, which included a win over then number 25 Illinois. And in 7 matches against the Illini, that marked Marquette's first. A huge deal for the Golden Eagles. Sophomore outside hitter Jenna Reitzma had herself quite the day, finishing with a career-high 17 kills. We'll see if the Golden Eagles can keep this rolling as conference play opens up this week in volleyball. Another sport that opens up league play this week is women's soccer, and Seton Hall's Grace Gordon actually earned back-to-back Goalkeeper of the Week honors this week after the Pirates' 3-0 win over Columbia. That marked Gordon's 4th consecutive shutout victory for the Pirates. She had 10 saves on 20 shots in that win. Speaking of women's soccer, another team who's going to be entering league play pretty hot, having won their last 3 non-conference wins, are the Georgetown Hoyas. And I sat down and spoke with Gia Vicari to learn a little bit more about this Hoya squad. Check it out. We are so excited to welcome into this week's scoop from Georgetown women's soccer and the offensive player of the week, Gia Vicari. Gia, thank you so much for joining me. You and your team are coming off of a really big win over West Virginia this past weekend. Your head coach, Dave Nolan, was talking about how you guys have developed a little bit of a rivalry against them. What was it like playing in this game?
So non-conference is always pretty big for us going into Big East. We want to have a strong non-conference schedule, and we want to get some good results. It was exciting that West Virginia was our last non-conference game. As you said, it is always a big rivalry. It's always a close game. It's always a good game. And I think we always get pretty pumped up for it. I think this year was especially fun, being home at Shaw, it being our last non-conference, and us really wanting to end the non-conference schedule on a good point and go into Big East confident and ready to go.
And you ended this non-conference schedule. This was your 3rd straight win. When you look at you and your team right now, what is really working best for your unit that's allowed you to win 3 straight?
I think we're finally starting to get into a rhythm and start understanding each other and how we want to play on the field. It's a pretty new team. There's a lot of new faces this year in the starting 11 and then coming in as well. So I think just working to understand each other a little bit more and starting to figure out what we like to do, how people like to play, was really important. I think we're starting to get that.
Dive in a little bit deeper for that. How do you guys like to play?
Obviously, we like to play good soccer. We want to connect passes. We want to play through the midfield. We want to, do some third man combinations everywhere. We don't just want to kick it. And I think with new faces, you obviously just you got to get a little bit of connection with people. You can't just jump right in and expect it to be great. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it takes a little bit of work. And I think up top, me and Cyan work really well together, which is something that I'm really excited for this season.
With those new faces, what have been some of the fun things that you and your teammates have done off the field a little bit to really just make everyone comfortable coming in?
Yeah, we kind of just like to hang out, very kind of relaxed environments, just whether that's at someone's house, just going to our dining hall, getting dinner, kind of the basic stuff like that. Because with our schedule, it's pretty hectic. We don't have a whole lot of time to do things in DC and stuff like that, but just kind of like little moments where we get to spend time with each other are really fun and important.
Gia, West Virginia did wrap up your team's non-conference play. Now looking ahead to league play and Big East action, what is one thing you are most excited about?
I think everyone always gets excited for Big East play. Conference play is always fun to play against teams that you always play against, and to see how you go up against them this year. Every year, I think we come in with some high expectations for our team. We want to win the Big East. We want to compete in the tournament, Big East and NCAA tournament, and we have high standards for ourselves. So I think coming in the Big East, we want to live up to those, and I think we can perform in a way that we can. We just got to do what we've been doing the past couple games, and keep it rolling. So St. John's on Thursday. We're excited to get started and hopefully keep it rolling.
Gia, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck this upcoming conference season.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You better pull up your chairs and get comfortable, Big East fans, because on Thursday, Big East women's soccer opens up with 5 league openers, starting in the afternoon in South Orange as Seton Hall hosts Providence, and then be sure to head to FS1 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time as Gia Vicari and the Hoyas face St. John's. Field hockey will also continue league play, as well as volleyball opening up league play this week as well. And then Saturday, there's a full slate of conference games in men's soccer. We'll get to see the Golden Eagles for the first time in Big East play. You can head over to bigeast.com for a full schedule of events. That'll do it for me, Big East fans, but don't you worry, we'll be scooping again next week.